Hi, I'm Claire Greasley from ADHD Solutions, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what ADHD is. So ADHD is a common, complex neurobiological condition. So that means it's a condition of the brain, and it is a recognised disability. It affects around 7 to 10% of the population, and it is predominantly a hereditary condition. So that means there is a strong genetic link between ADHD in families. The reasons for ADHD other than that are that anything where there has been problems with the development, so premature birth, encephalitis, meningitis, something where there's been damage to the brain. And so that affects the executive functions of the person with ADHD. And the executive functions impact on things like planning, organisation, task initiation, goal-directed persistence, so staying with the task, flexibility, time management, working memory and metacognition, which is about how we see the world and engage with others. And all those things interlink and make life very difficult for people with ADHD sometimes. Us as an organisation, we work with young people, parents, carers and any professionals who work with them. And what we do is advice, support groups, training, workshops, young people's activities and trips. And some of those things are community based and some of those things are based at our centre, which is in the Rushmead area of the city. So ADHD is not all about being hyperactive, which is what most people see on the news. So there is inattentive type ADHD, where the person quite often will zone out, there'll be lots of things going on in their head, quite often referred to as that dolly daydreamer, away with the fairies. They're kind of in their own world, you know, could do so well if they just tried. And actually it takes so much effort just to engage in things. And what we tend to find is girls are more likely to be this inattentive type, though we are starting to see more boys being diagnosed with this, but it's much more difficult to pick up because it gets missed quite often in the classroom because the young people are there, sat in their seats, not really causing a problem for the teacher, they're just not achieving their full potential. ADHD affects people differently, so it is on a spectrum, so you have those people who have really mild form of the condition through to those that have complex difficulties in this end of the spectrum. So it can impact on people in different ways. Also, the diagnosis of this and recognising this can be at different ages. What we tend to find is there are more women getting diagnosed in adulthood. But what I would say is you're never too old to be diagnosed. We start assessing young people from around 5 years old, but all that is done by a consultant, so you then need to see a specialist to have that assessment.